Dumpster Divas, welcome back to another episode of the podcast. We are diving into more of the amazing start to season 6 of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And to recap episode 2 with me, I have an old fan favorite from the olden days of Dumpster Dive. I'm so happy to have her back on the podcast. Moni of The Mix is here. Make sure to subscribe to Moni's show, The Mix, on all of your podcast platforms. She chats everything under the sun. Bravo, mess, all that stuff. And most importantly, she's here to mix it up. Moni, welcome back to the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. It's like a full circle moment. It's like weird. I was reminiscing recently on my Instagram about like this year for some reason seems like the year that the things are coming out of the closet about America's Next Top Model. And I remember so candidly that I only realized how dark that show was when you asked me to recap it so long ago.
Yeah, we did it on the Patreon.
Yeah, on the Patreon, and you were going through America's Next Top Model, and I was like, well, one day when they make a documentary about this one, they better call Tom, because he was.
I know they better. Honestly, they better. We're doing. We're right now. Something I'm working on is like every month doing like a deep dive episode on some old reality TV. Last month we did an MTV versus VH1 reality television deep dive. Ooh. Which, once again, if you guys haven't checked that out, go listen to it with Kelly from Beyond the Blinds.
Love that.
And yeah, she's the best. But I want to do an ANTM one, and I want to try and get one of the girls on.
Lisa will talk to anybody. She's so ready to trash it. Call her.
I know. Yes. Lisa, or you know who I have had my eye on for a minute, and I've been following her, is Kenya. Do you remember Kenya?
Yeah, of course. I remember Kenya. First of all, I was like an avid ANTM watcher. I did not know it was trash until I got therapy and self-worth and added in my
same.
life.
I kind of realized it was trash like a couple years ago.
Like, it was really recent. I really thought the girls were giving. I was like, you obviously don't want it bad enough, Sweetums. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, this is the biz. This is the biz, baby.
This is the biz. What do you want, okay? Jill Ben Simone is here. Don't waste his time. Put on those fish gills and let's get it. Like,
Kelly's husband. Well, Kelly's ex-husband. Kelly Ben Simone's ex-husband. It all comes back to Bravo.
It all comes back to Bravo, because I was just watching Love Thy Nader, the new Hulu reality show.
Yeah, I haven't dove into it yet. Are you liking it?
I liked it. Me and Kaya from Bravo were Black. We both fell into it at the same time. We binged it, ate it up immediately, because a bevy of beautiful, ambiguous-looking white women who are related but don't look it. It's kind of my jam. Like, I love that. Until you give me a reason to be extra problematic, and then make a bodysuit, and I might forgive you for it. Who knows? So we ate it up. It was really good. A lot, overproduced, but well. Everybody's very pretty. Some very good moments, but her highlight was being shot by Jill Ben Simone. And I was like, oh my God. Between the ANTM and the running through the streets of Manhattan, I'm here. Like, I get it. Kelly Ben Simone and Tyra Banks and now Brooks Nader. Like, this is great. This is a defining moment.
Tyra was on Project Runway this last week. I don't know if you've been watching the new season of Project Runway on Hulu.
I have, because Law is my man.
I love Law, and Law is eating the girls up.
Making reality.
But Law tried to have a Tyra moment, and Tyra was like, "You don't have to do all of that now," and she wasn't really into it. And I'm like, Tyra, you need you need to celebrate your psychosis. Like, your mania is reality television, and is in the encyclopedia of what reality TV is.
Yes,
celebrate your memes. Like, don't
lean in.
Just be like, yes, I did say that, and it was crazy, and everyone here knows about it. Like, it's
okay.
It's weird to not acknowledge.
Learn something from this.
Tyra. Now, before we get into Salt Lake City, one more thing about Project Runway. I was watching Utica, whose name is Ethan on the show, but Utica is their drag persona. They've been doing watch-alongs for the season of Project Runway, because they're on the season. And they were saying in one of their videos that Tyra that day, so they did was it Wicked? Yeah, it was Wicked. It was a Wicked challenge. They had to do like an avant-garde Wicked look. And Tyra, that day, they get to the runway. They all spent 2 days working on these avant-garde, crazy, wicked looks. And she tells everyone, she's like, so I forgot to bring my glasses and I don't have my contacts. So, like, I actually, like, really can't see these looks. And I'm like, baby, the whole point of this show is to judge the looks. What are you looking at? And then she complimented one of the brothers on this like flower thing he made that was poorly constructed when they zoomed in on it. And it's like, yeah, no shit, you liked it because you couldn't see it.
You can't see. You only complimented what you literally could see, what popped out.
Yeah,
your very blurry vision,
yeah,
which was them flowers. That's
disappointing,
crazy.
Girl. Like Tyra's
had a real fall from grace that makes this like. I feel comfortable having this expose era. I feel comfortable with us doing that. She's fine. She's made her money. She has her quirks, and she has her overinflated self-worth that lets me know she'll be fine. We can all have a kiki and go back through our nostalgic childhood traumas watching this and all the ways that it contributed to our terrible body images and like how we hate other people. But like, it's fine. Like, we're all growing. It's fine. And I'm still going to watch it. If I see it on, RIP the UPN days. Those were good days. But we know better now. And now we can talk about it and laugh. Learn something from this, okay?
Well, speaking of laughter, something that's bringing me so much joy is the women of Salt Lake City. So we are recapping Salt Lake City episode 2 of season 6. A reminder, the recaps of the podcast is exclusively recapping Salt Lake City this season. And yeah, we have some fun guests lined up, so make sure to subscribe to all of the places you can hear this podcast and see this podcast, so you can catch up on all of our Salt Lake City recaps.
Do that.
Moni, it's time to dive in.
Yes.
And how are you feeling? So we'll do a very traditional recap, but just general thoughts here at the top of season 6. Are you feeling? We have some promise here. Do you like the ladies? I haven't really chatted SLC with you. Who do you love? Who do you not? All that.
Yeah, I feel like we have promise. I think the season will be good. I love the ladies of Salt Lake. I thought last season was good. I thought the season before that was good. I sometimes get concerned when we have not this many OGs, but just this many women to care about in the mix of OGs, where some feel like we really got to sell it to make it work, and some feel like they are owed their snowflake just because they're there, and then some are in the middle where they don't want to give too much about their own life, but they know if they provide enough drama, they'll be safe, a la the pot stirrers, whoever you think that falls into. I love the drama, and I like watching it, but I'm a baby G, so I am not excited about the year. I'm not, but I am a realistic person because
we may feud on this.
I'm a Taurus, so I have good. I'm an April Taurus too, so I got reason, and I'm just stubborn. So it's like out of loyalty of 5 seasons, I'm a baby G. But I see the end in sight. I see what's happening. I see what's coming. This is not a good season for my girl. Baby G's, we're in trouble.
Her first scene.
Oh fuck.
Her first scene sitting at that lunch table. I'm like, something is wrong with this woman.
Baby, that confessional with like one extra smoky eye and one naked eye, I was very concerned. I was like,
I was naked. Well, it's like it's like she had a drag queen come do top lashes and then an under lash on just one eye. Like one eye had no under mascara or lash or anything. It was so confusing.
What were we doing? What was it? It felt like some kind of parody.
She's a woman on the verge of a nervous breakdown. She really is.
It's not good. It's not looking good. And that, unfortunately, that lets me know that there is so much more merit to those lawsuits than we.
I know,
because it's not coming.
Girl, you don't look chill about it.
No, the stress isn't coming from the girls. The girls just showed up like 10 seconds ago.
I know.
Lisa came in, hair half in her hand, nails chipped off, like shaking like a leaf. And she's like, I'm fine. And Heather's like, it's okay to be hurt. No, but I'm not hurt. I'm not. I'm just sobbing. But I'm not hurt. I'm not upset. It's fine. Girl.
Yeah.
Oh no, a grip has not been. I'm nervous.
We'll get into all of that, but the top of the episode, we're wrapping up this camping trip. Now, Bonnie, would you go camping? Would you go glamping?
Hell no, I would not. My favorite story, to sum it up about me very quickly, I was a Girl Scout until the 3rd grade. I made it to brownies. I ranked in the coins. I got multiple hundreds and thousands of dollars in cookies so I could get those doorbell prizes. Are you okay?
Oh,
Like,
I went up for a doorbell prize. Yeah.
Girl, I wanted it all. Everything in the all I had to do was sell some cookies and make it count. I was short, round, and very cute with a smile. I was getting the goods. Okay.
Yeah.
I come to my 3rd year of brownies. They were like, we're going to do a camping trip. Fine, no worries. The year before that, we had done a camping trip. It was in cabins. There was wood fires. I was raised by my mama. My mama is a fabulous Washingtonian native who I think is fantastic. She's a Delta. Shout out to her. She had us all. Like, there was an area rug in our cabin. There was lanterns from the ceiling. Like, there was cots. And, like, we were chill. We were having a nice time. The next year, they told us that we could not do that. We had to do the tent to get our survival badge. I promptly quit that weekend. And I didn't consider myself a quitter. I just said, well, they're obviously doing something that I don't agree with. And you don't do things that you don't agree with. And that was sleeping on the ground.
That's your party line that you won't cross.
Well, I mean, not to mention, I felt the frustration of the girls as they were on that RV passing their homes with plumbing and food and air conditioning.
Yeah, that's tough.
And they were like, we're going to go past my house where I have it all to go to the woods where I have none of it. But raw asparagus and frozen veggie patties, girl, you got me. And she had everybody fucked up. You know, you could have at least hired a private chef to go camping.
I can't believe they slept there. But you know what? I have to pat them on the back though, because they're they are good sports. One of the reasons that this show works so well is the whole cast, except for Lisa, honestly, is just down to clown. They're like, let's get into the muck, let's do shit, let's fight, let's camp, let's put on costumes. They know that the people love it, so they're like, yeah, let's just do it. It's what we love. Like, they've been in drag.
Said, don't sleep on a Lifetime burrito. I'm a regular girl. We have a good life, okay?
I just kind of love it. It's
facts.
Just there's no pretension to like the show, you know.
I appreciate that. I am concerned. I think Courtney from Two Judged Girls made a good point when she was like, they do a lot of things outside for Salt Lake City. One, I'm cold watching them. Like, naturally, I'm just always cold because they're always bundled up because they're outdoors. And I'm trying to figure out why. Like, are they not allowed to film?
No, I think it's just an active Salt Lake City. Like, those winter climates are very active areas where people be outside in the cold all the time. They're doing things.
I really see. They're just out there. Like,
the cold doesn't bother me though. Like, I would be fine with the outdoor. No, yeah,
the cold doesn't bother me, but I'm a lodge girl. Like, I'm a bundle with a hot chocolate and maybe spiked a little, a little Irish cream in there. Yeah, of course. I love a hot toddy. And don't get me started on a morning cappuccino. What is it? A martini. So, but they're not doing that. They're fishing.
The fishing is crazy.
You would have gone on. Would you done the fly fishing or the kayak? Yeah. I would have been like, can I take the pictures?
The kayaking, you're not going to fall into the water. Like, you're closer to the water, but you're not going to fall in. Like, the chances of you tipping a kayak is very low on a creek with no sort of movement. So, but you could fall in fishing, even though you have that suit on. Like, if you could trip on one of the rocks, not for me.
I just love. They're all down to earth, but Angie seemed like she was like so outdoorsy, and she actually sold it to me the least. But I respect that because I don't typically watch Housewives for you to rough it. So for her to be like, it's just so nice that you can like cast your wire and be in nature, and I buy
that they do go out and do things here and there.
I just don't think she's like,
she is the queen of down to clown. She is the number one down to get into it. So I feel like she's
wasn't giving Hunting Wives to me, No, it wasn't giving.
I can do a whole other episode on that because that was a dream, a fever dream.
I did. And when season 2 comes out, because we watched it and ate it up. So when season 2 comes out, I will have you on because that is my.
Let's do it. We can recap all the scissoring.
I said, okay, Texas.
I know. That's not the Texas I grew up in, let me tell you that. I grew up in Dallas.
I lived in Dallas for middle school. I lived in Plano, and I was like, they had lesbians I wouldn't have left.
I would have
stayed right where I was.
Monty, I'm tight. So the next scene we had. Oh, so one thing that does happen. They cook. They attempt to cook breakfast, and Heather and Bronwyn have this beginning of a spat over kind of something I could not quite understand their disagreement. Heather just deeply dislikes Bronwyn, and I don't really get why. Like, no. I could see a reason. I could see how Bronwyn could be annoying and everything, but like Heather's reasoning for not liking her just never lines up. It more just sounds like she doesn't like. It comes across that she doesn't like that she's a breakout star on the show that she thought she was the star on. It just kind of gives that.
She was like a breakout star. Yeah.
Right. It just doesn't give like
the breakout star spotlight or like the energy, that package, that starter pack was Heather's, and now it's Bronwyn's. And unfortunately, when Bronwyn got on there, her breakout star starter pack was a little bit more housewife typecast than Heather's was. Heather was like divorced, didn't have all the money, self-made-ish, and like, what's going on here? But like, you rooted for her, and she became the fan favorite the first couple years. And then insert Bronwyn, and she was like the generic, stereotypical, really pretty, rich, older husband who's like maybe a 5, maybe a 6. We don't know if they love each other or not, or if it's for money or not, but she has a lot of nice things, and she dresses really well. And like, spoiler, she's the fan favorite. That's like Housewife 101. I actually thought it was still deserved. I liked Bronwyn her entire first season up until the reunion, but that didn't deter me from thinking she's a great addition to the show, and she's a great addition to the show. And I think that she has a lot to offer, and I do think that things like that do piss Heather off.
I know. Heather has a real like high school, college mentality about life. Like, she has sold her soul. She's sold her soul to the popular girls. And she can't stand the new girls that are that like join the cheerleading squad and get like all the flowers. Right now. It's just she is.
Wienering. She's like, and I don't understand why and literally Bronwyn came in as Katie Herring. And like,
that's a good honestly a very good comparison.
Yeah, and Lisa is Regina George, who's having a full-on like meltdown because she's not on top, and it's the takedown of her, and there's this whole army of people who now are on. Lisa doesn't care that everyone doesn't like her. She cares that everybody does like Bronwyn or is agreeing with Bronwyn, and is like not on her side in that way. And I think that's fair, but also I don't know. I'm kind of into the drama. I do think though that the camping trip being the first episode and half of the second, it let me know that no matter what, we do need Lisa, at least for right now. These girls have, for some reason, 40% of the cast has made it their mission for Lisa to be their storyline in one way or another.
That's true. Like, they can film without her, but they're just talking.
They can't stop talking about her, so bring her on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and she should be there for better or worse, like whether she's crashing out or not. Obviously y'all need her there, or you're just going to talk about her, in which case that's not as fun. So I thought the second episode picked up a little bit when Lisa finally entered the chat, like sitting down with Heather to discuss the whole camping trip, and then crying like immediately.
So the next,
we're back, girls.
Right. So the next scene, Heather and Lisa sit down. And did you clock the extras in the scene? Because they had the whole not all of the like the other people in the scene were killing me. So we have this waiter with the kooky eyes. He was like,
yes.
He was like, "Can I take your order, madam?"
His name was Lewis, and he will be taking.
And then when Heather walked in, there was a gorgeous black woman sitting right next to the door and gave Heather, go back and look at it. Someone's already like memed it, I'm sure. She gave Heather the most insane up down, like, what in God's name does this lady have on her body?
Because she's probably like, girl, this is Utah. What is happening?
Because Heather's in like hot pants and tights and a shirt tucked in with a fancy belt. I'm like, oh my God.
It is so funny. It's really funny. I don't know. I really like them. I'm so glad we're here. I love the extras because it reminds you how ridiculous our world is. Like how obscene housewives probably are in public, like in the real world. We watch them in a canon of other housewives and like filmed where they're the center of the screen. But in the wild, it's probably insane.
It has to be crazy. You're like, what is happening? Yeah.
Yeah,
so
especially because I hear that they've refilmed their entrances and exits a lot.
Yes,
and
they do.
So it probably
and light
does
and
cause
relight
a lot of
it.
attention. Yes, they're like,
yeah.
No, if that feather wasn't so big, you probably wouldn't need to do it 4 times, girl.
Well, right. Just show up in some hot pants, and you'd be good.
Listen,
so yeah, the gist of this lunch is that Heather is just all of a sudden the bone collector for all of the drama, and so she tells Lisa that Meredith said nothing during the camping trip when people were coming for Lisa, and then also said that Bronwyn and Angie essentially were fueling the fire here to bring up all the lawsuits. Now, the Meredith thing, do you think that this was an intentional stirring of the pot on Heather's end? Or do you think she was just kind of like, I don't really remember Meredith getting involved or not? Because that obviously seemed to really hit Lisa in a way. She gets really emotional very quickly about the fact that Meredith stayed quiet.
I think the disappointment was, so I don't think Heather was intentionally stirring the pot, but I don't think that, at least in my opinion, but I don't think that Lisa didn't have a reason to be disappointed, because Heather said, quote, Meredith was Meredith, like which I understood what that meant. And I think Lisa understood what that meant, that she was like kind of like neutral. She was very Meredith about it. Like, doesn't really have a loyalty, even though it's with Lisa. She's not going to vocalize that to the same degree as, say, Heather would, or even Brittany, which I was surprised Heather didn't bring up, because Brittany, for fake or not, she was very adamantly up Lisa's ass the entire time, but Heather chose to leave that out and was like, so I was your friend. Meredith was kind of just there, but like I said stuff, but whatever. Yeah. I think that she just didn't anticipate Lisa taking it as hard as she did, and I think that, as we just discussed, there must be some more merit to how big these problems are in Lisa's life right now, because it seemed to really affect her that her friend, who maybe knows, maybe doesn't, maybe can interpret, or maybe just knows her friend really well to know how bad it is, that she wouldn't have said more than just being her normal Meredith self and just staying quiet or neutral and been like, let's stop, let's not talk about my friend when she's not here, I think she was at least expecting a one-liner.
A little bit. Yeah, I agree. But it did make me laugh where Lisa was like, well, what did Meredith say? And Heather was like, well, Meredith was Meredith.
Yeah. And Lisa was like, God damn it.
She's like, on some Xannies and some Chardonnay and sit in the corner. Allegedly.
Listen, I don't like the vibe Meredith be on most of the times. I'm not going to
Me too. I want to be on that vibe.
I didn't. Yeah, like old school Meredith, I was like, what is it giving? It just seems like we're always disassociated with the way the world has gone and how I like to watch TV and live my life. I now identify with Meredith Marks way more than I thought.
Yeah, I know. Going to the sunken place every once in a while.
Girl, every time I'm about to go be a DJ and like just ditch it all, like go throw balls to the wall and be like, I got your boring. I'm turning up in Turks and Caicos and telling you I'm disengaging, but also I'm just having a nice time. She's like, I don't want to fish unless it's my caviar eggs, bitch. Pour some wine and let's have a good time. So I'm down for the Meredith. Like, yeah, she don't want to get into the paint too hot, too early, too fast. Meredith was like, girl, I got to pace myself. I can't fight all your battles when you're not here.
No, agreed. Also, something else that Heather says, she says, it's a horrible precedent for our friend group. Essentially saying that, like, bringing up lawsuits and all this stuff is a horrible precedent for their show. Baby, the whole show, your show is a true crime comedy. Like, the whole show.
By three, not one, not two, but 3 different law enforcement agencies came to your establishment, ma'am.
Right.
Okay? The
what do you mean?
lot,
what precedent?
3 handicapped spaces in front of your establishment and said they set the precedent. Your BFF from Reunion 1 that you
who
were
punched you in the face.
Towel, and you were in the chef's table and having all the best nights at 1-0. You set the precedent. You told the girlies, like, hey, so Beauty Lab Lasers are right there. If you want to go get your girl, she's over there. We're looking for Jen Shaw. Hello? Lawsuits, this is tame. The girl's in federal prison. This is nothing. Like,
I know, it's so crazy to me. I'm like, you have lost the thread of. You must have no awareness of what this show is about.
None, girl, or how we got here. Like, it wasn't that long ago.
No, and like we said before, Lisa just in this whole lunch, she looked like she was about to flip a table. Like she just doesn't. Things are not. There's just. I'm not saying like literally she doesn't look well physically. She just like behind the eyes. There's just something amiss, and I can't. I don't know if she's mad
has
that
to film the show because she needs to fund her things. She
maybe,
has
but then also like
at the very least, even if they're baseless, she has to fight a lot of them. And two, I think she's tired. She's exhausted. Yeah. She looks like she's got a lot going on. But whether she has to film the show for money or not, she's also going to because she thinks it's her right. And I agree for now. But I think she's tired. I do. It looks like exhaustion and anxiety and financial ruin, you know? Like,
yeah.
It was giving we don't have a glam squad at the moment.
It was actually. You're right.
Okay, it was giving Gina.
So the next scene we got is Whitney and Bronwyn. They go skiing, and here they unpack like this all the lawsuit. We get kind of like more details on the lawsuit. So allegedly, what happened is that Lisa had some business dealings with this guy. She needed $400,000 to pay off like the work Amex, and he was going to pay her the money. So the Amex was cleared, but she didn't want John knowing about it, and so the money got paid behind back, and he's like, you still owe me $400,000. This is all in public record, and Bronwyn, you know, I don't love the lawsuit stuff in general. Like, I don't think we need it for these shows to function. That but lawsuit. She studied it. She said,
she told
you know
them
what?
Exactly where to highlight the words. She came like a script and was reciting it like Bible verses. Like, she was like, I mean, it said in the lawsuit, exactly, quote, you don't want John to find out, winky face emoji, high five emoji. Like, girl, how do you know? Like, I read lawsuits too. I've read them all the ones that come out this year. But my gosh, she had the cliff notes.
She did, and I have to tip my hat to her. I think what her superpower is here is that she is so unapologetically a rich wife. Like, she just she owns it, and it makes them so uncomfortable that she's like, I mean, in this scene she said, at least I'm spending my own husband's money. Not and like, that is a savage read on Lisa that she didn't even hear until this show aired. But
she did study the lawsuit for Weirder or Not, but in her studies, I'm gonna hat off to her that she's like, listen, I spent my man's money. You can't. You had to spend another man's money.
Right.
Behind your man's back.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yikes is right. I mean, she's
like, yeah, because you suck dick. And I was like, Lisa, we've done better. Lisa, we've done better. Of course she sucks dick. She married to that man. He not you, but he got the coins. Of course she's going to suck his dick. You see her outfit? She's wearing original Christian Sirianna.
Yeah, she's going to hop on down and...
dick too. Go ahead, Bronwyn. Do it.
Now, Marnie, I don't know about that. You've taken things a little too far.
Listen, if I could wear a custom off the runway Christian Sirianna dress, like made for my body and for my Watch What Happens live premiere of the season, bitch, and all I have to do is marry Todd. But she's like, I'm a married woman and I have sex with my husband. As if Todd is so bashful that he gets his dick sucked by someone who looks like Bronwyn. I think he's doing fine. I think they're doing all right.
I think he's doing great.
At least he's mad about it. She loves her husband, but he's not paying her Amex bill.
I know. And on this skiing on the skiing trip, and then also when we get to the party later on, Whitney in general is overwhelmingly just like baffled by Bronwyn's balls, and it's so funny. She's literally like, wow, you are really saying truths. Like, she's like, I think she just can't believe, because she has herself tried to do what Bronwyn's doing with Lisa. Like, she's tried to come for her businesses. She's tried to come for her for like her playing both sides of the coin, like all that stuff. And Whitney, I am a Whitney defender sometimes, but like she just can never land the plane, and so the arguments never really land. I think seeing Bronwyn land these digs back to back, she's like, oh my god, this woman.
Okay, so I have a theory for why
on fire.
That is the case, because I see that too. I really feel like it's because Whitney is still roasting Lisa from the side of the table of, I hate you unless and because you won't be friends with me. If you want to be friends with me, then I would ease up. But you don't, because you're a mean girl. So fuck you. Meanwhile, Bronwyn has been friends with Lisa. Like, they were genuinely friends, she thought. And then the mean girl sustained whether they were friends or not, and now she's like, well, then it's literally fuck you. I don't care. And because she's been on the friend side and is now on the enemy side, her lines and her quips are landing, because she's like, I'm done. Like, it's really different of like, oh, I've seen the kind of friend you'll be, and it makes more sense for you to be my enemy. It actually serves me better this way. It does not serve me to be your friend and be on this show. It doesn't. Whereas Whitney still comes from the attack frame of like, she's not that soft. She's not. It just doesn't land always with Lisa, because she's been doing this for years. Because at the same time, if she could have been friends with her, I think she would have been. Her and Heather they were together. They had that in common. Bad weather. They were both doing doing a number on her the first couple of seasons. And it did used to really get her gears going. Even when I was like, it shouldn't. You are better than them. Who cares? But now Heather is literally Lisa's behind. Yep. And so it's just Whitney. So Heather kind of showed that if she could join them, she would stop trying to beat them. And Whitney kind of is like, well, I'm still over here, so it's still fuck you. If you're going to be mean to me, unless you want to be my friend, then at least you'll stop being mean to me. And I think Whitney would just prefer at this point if Lisa would stop being mean to her so that she could stop trying to fight her back. But she is like, if Bronwyn's going to do it, then lit. We have a team.
Yeah.
And Bronwyn is doing it successfully. We're doing great.
And they have a good squad going, because y'all,
I'm
sorry, Angie, Bronwyn, and Whitney have a good gaggle to take down Lisa, your girl, unfortunately.
It's really bad. It's okay. So I think two things are happening. Their timing is just great. Lisa's having a really hard time, and they're really rejoicing about it. But I will say this: it's not because they actually took her down. They're just kicking a dead horse at the moment. Like, I would like to see you really take down a bad bitch like my girl Baby G. But you got lucky and fortunate that five other plaintiffs decided to do it first.
Yeah.
And they said, girl, let's hop in line. So,
him again.
Okay, exactly. And they said, don't buy a gift for when the Lord blesses. He blesses in abundance. So they just are taking it and giving it back. And, you got to fight the housewife way. But I'm just not excited for Lisa to have this season, because I think she was going to have a bad season regardless, if that makes sense. Like, whether they were coming for her or not. And that feels kind of yikes.
Yeah. So we get the scene between Mary and her son, kind of revisit everything that's going on with Robert Jr. Sadly, we won't dive too much into it because it's a bit of a downer, but Robert has gotten into some more trouble since the show filmed. He had some issues at his wife's father's house, his father-in-law's home. Like, I just
get that whole situation
it's dark. I think
absolved.
I know. I think that showing everything that happened last season was fantastic. I thought the way that it was handled in a very tactful way. I thought it was like also really helpful. Like, it didn't feel reductive in any way to like tell his story. Not that this felt reductive, but like it did feel like, I don't think we need to touch back down again until hopefully he's better. And he's clearly not. He's doing better, but he's not on the other side yet. And
he's in the throes of addiction. Like, he's really in it. Like,
and hearing him talk about how ritual. I did find it really, like, I think it's a great talking point for people who struggle with addiction and dependency on substances, especially in dark times, which we are in right now. You get used to like the ritual of things, like the ritual of all of our shows and your wine and your edible and your this and your that. And it's like no judgment on anyone's journey. That's not what I'm trying to do here. But hearing him talk about how that ritual is hard because now he's back where he had his rituals, but he can't use anymore. And it's like, I thought that was a very poignant sort of point to make about the journey with like using. And I think it's a way to actually connect to those that fortunately are not in the throes of addiction, to understand what it's like when your housewives are on and you can't open up your ice cream anymore, like that you always have on Wednesday nights with your housewives. You would be upset. And it's like that's what it's like for people who are struggling in these ways, like with these substances. Like I can't imagine having to break those rituals on camera at his parents' home. It's just tough. And I guess he is still really using marijuana, which is everyone's own journey, but it sounds like he wants to be completely free from all substances.
And I think I really understood that. And I understood even why Mary was like, emotional, not because, she naively thinks that like marijuana is just as bad as like Xanax or whatever other sources he was using to, get high and sustain mentally for that time. But it's more so that even though it is not necessarily the same, I psychologically, like, and just briefly my soapbox of like why they used to think it was always going to be a gateway drug for everybody is because if you are also dealing with mental health things, eventually that high is not enough. And it doesn't feel like it's enough. It doesn't numb enough or excite enough or quiet enough. And neither does alcohol or whatever else your rituals might be. And it seems like he has mental health, like depression issues, because he mentioned like he didn't feel like he was in that bad place right now, but he knows that it's there. He's aware of it. And that is, anybody who's battled any kind of depression, diagnosed or not, knows exactly what that sentence was. Is like, there's this like looming feeling of like, I'm out of the depression. Like I get it every year around this time because seasonal depression and me go together real fucking bad, real bad. And so I always get really worried about the fall and the winter because it's like, I really go into it deep. And these are the times where, though the only necessary like quote unquote drug I use is marijuana, you can't catch me having a tolerance break during this time of year. I become like I become dependent on the ritual versus like the actual high. Like the high, it doesn't even feel like I'm even receiving anything anymore. At some point, it's just like I just need the exhale because life sucks and I had a bad day or no one understands or I'm overwhelmed or whatever, and I'm just worried that the thing is coming. So for him to know that like I'm supposed to be on this straight and narrow path and not doing this one thing, but like I'm doing half of what I used to do, but not all of it, so that I don't fall into the trap, it's probably really tricky. And it's a hard thing to give up automatically, but it also sounds like what do you rely on? It's going to be hard to go cold turkey when you have a lot going on. And he's also really young, like really young to be married and dealing with all these things. I'm like, is everybody's brains formed? I sound like an auntie saying that, but like, is everybody's brains formed? Are we okay?
I think
he's being really hard on himself. I just really feel for him.
Yeah, I think when religion is at play, there's a pressure to create family at a really young age. Like, I mean, we grew up in Texas. You and I, like, I mean, we both had adolescence in Texas, and I don't know about your journey with church, but
I was in a cult. I was in one.
Yeah. Okay. Very so like, religious. Yeah. All of your friends, like everyone just is like, oh, I'll be married at 22 and I'll have kids by 25. So many of
my friends from middle school in Texas had weddings that they could not drink alcohol at legally.
Yeah, no, I know. I've been to one. I've been to some. Same thing here.
Plenty. I was like, so what are we having at the reception? They were like, apple cider because I'm pregnant. What the? Wait a minute.
No, it's crazy. You really get indoctrinated into this mentality that you have to you have
Mary
to fall
was practically
into these
visited
steps.
by Jesus to get married, remember, to her granddaddy, her step granddaddy.
Well,
so I could see it. I could see, the overwhelming pressure to live a certain life and then to be told that from very early on, but then to not necessarily be permitted the opportunity to ask questions, make, your own guesses or, thoughts and assumptions about your life can be really trying. And then now he's like trying to stay clean in seemingly a toxic relationship anyway. It does seem like a lot. And I just really feel for him and that family. because Robert Sr. making sense really shook me. Because I was like, wow, he's still there, huh? I don't know
It's
where
crazy.
I was, but
I don't know.
okay.
I think it's crazy that he is still with us.
Oh, okay. That's a choice, certainly.
So next we get this, once again, very confusing sit down with Bronwyn and Heather. We've kind of touched on it. The only things that really happened here was that they just kept making up and then fighting again, and it just, once we kind of drilled into this topic, but like there is just a popular girl mentality with Heather, and she's got to get out of it. I just think like she's had her glow. She's had her glow up. I thought she was beautiful before, but she's desired this physical change, and it's happened. And she's besties with the main girl.
Lab and laser.
Yeah. Well, you think she didn't?
I'm asking. I don't think she did. I think it looks too good.
I think I have to agree with you. Well, I think there's more work than just med spa things. Like I think she,
has to be, but
they don't do plastic surgery. I mean, she's definitely on.
They don't.
The pen, as they call it now.
Okay. Like,
she's definitely on one of those. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. There's a whole episode of Love Thy Nader about it. Like, because
I heard about this. Samantha Bush was telling me.
Woo! Girl,
they had to like rip the Ozempic.
She is shooting up. The psychologist had to stifle laughter. I'm not even kidding. Like, no spoilers, like, but like
hoarding it, right?
She was like, I'm sorry. I said, no, she's not supposed to laugh. She said, I'm sorry. But, you know, girls who, it's just not meant for people with y'all's body type, okay? Like, what are we here for? My girl is shooting up 3 vials a day. Like, she had not the ones in the box, like the cute little Ozempic. No, she had needles, like needles and like vials, like plat plat, and then slurps. I was like, what is it? No, what is that? That don't look like my Ozempic.
My thing with that too is like, girl, you do realize you have to eat at some point.
Bone broth.
But that doesn't have protein. That doesn't have everything in it.
Can I say, as a girl who did get off of Ozempic, I've been on it for years because I was a diabetic, and you're actually always a diabetic, whether you're diagnosed with pre-diabetes or not. So that's why we would be on Ozempic, because it's actually, you're supposed to lose like 9 to 12 pounds a year. We don't know where y'all getting this 60+ pound shit from. But before you, I will say that towards the end, the last 2 years, even though I definitely did not look like Brooks Nader, I had all the same symptoms. It does happen that way. Like when you are overusing it and your body can't do what it should do anymore, you do get that. You don't get hungry at all. You're constantly throwing up. You can't keep up in anything. You're very lethargic. You cannot eat anything but soup. I went from Progresso soup, a jar of soup every day, to straight kettle fire bone broth. Like that was where I was at one point.
Crazy to me, though.
All I could stomach, and if I had anything more, I would throw up. It is literally a medically induced eating disorder for some people, and I struggle with an eating disorder. And we are family planning, so they recommend that you get off of it for at least a year beforehand. So I was like, thank God, like that I had to get off of it, but it happens. But she won't give it up, girl. She will not give it up. Woo! But listen. They keep rewarding her for it.
Out.
That's our world, girls.
It really,
because
really
I did look at Heather
out.
sit down and go, "Damn, girl, you do look good." Now, what is that? That is, Ooh, okay.
She does look good. Well,
she looks great.
I don't need to critique people's looks. I think I just wish she had the same.
Please be healthy, y'all.
I just wish she had the same gratitude for herself when she was the older version of herself, because I found
always
both
been a baddie.
Yeah, that's what bothers me, is when it's like I can now finally love me. It's like, well, like I wish that the world wasn't in such a place where you couldn't love that other version of yourself. You know, it bothers me. I
loved it. Rihanna loved the first version of you.
Right, she followed you before.
Bad Gal Riri. She loved you as you.
Yeah.
That would cure me of my body dysmorphia right then and there. Let Rihanna follow me right now. I'll never do another weight loss thing again.
Yeah, right? I've been clocked by the queen, so.
Okay.
So we get this party. So we were the episode wraps up this party hosted hosted by this woman named Amy. Now, Amy doesn't seem to be a character we're gonna really meet on the show. I don't know if this was a test filming date for her. I don't even know if she was mic'd, but like they just showed a photo of her in passing.
It's giving like she's trying to like fish. She's trying to, maybe her home is here, maybe her home is on Hulu,
now,
but they don't know
I don't know
yet.
about you, but this type of party, to me, was screaming like, oh, there's a dark room downstairs where the husbands take a wife and do some crazy things. Like there's blindfolds.
Everything that if you watch Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, it's everything that Taylor Frankie Paul said her and Miranda did years ago that led to their divorces. And
yes,
Miranda
there's
was like,
just,
okay, so she's not lying. I'm like,
ooh. It has an Eyes Wide Shut sex party energy to it. I can't explain it. It's just disturbing.
That's why all those big houses in Utah are so big. They're full of secrets. Like they all got sex dungeons in there. They're watching HBO like, y'all thought Candy was bad. Go to Pogo's.
I know. There was the energy was weird. Like if I was there, I would be like, I need to get out of here. Like I would not feel safe. Who do you think is the kinkiest
on this cast? And it can't be Whitney because we all know she's aiming for that, and I don't think it's her actually.
I feel like it's definitely not Heather. It's definitely not Bronwyn.
Heather wants to be reaccepted into a pure life if she could.
I think it's probably Meredith. I would think I think Meredith gets into some weird stuff.
I think it's Angie K.
Okay, I could see that too.
I think that husband of hers is hot. He has a weird mouth on him, and I don't necessarily agree with it, but I think that's why she puts a lot of things aside. And I think they have a good time. I do.
But see, their time sounds fun. These white people drinking martinis time does not sound fun. I just feel like there's
no, but I think they think, for their version of a good time. I mean, hello, everybody in that town is wearing garments and drinking watered down shots, okay? I think they're having a good time to their standards. But I think it's Angie K. I think they're the kinkiest. I do. I can see it. She gets
I also wrote down, I bet you Grindr is popping off on that location. All those menses are looking at their phone, getting the brew.
Okay.
Did you hear that Grindr went crazy at someone's memorial?
Was this recent?
No, I'm not gonna say their name because it's not worth the Google find. But the person, the person in the news that is no longer with us as of recent had a large scale memorial in like a massive arena, and apparently Grindr had a 500% influx of users in the zip code of where the memorial was held.
That's so
with a bunch of Republicans.
It reminds me of when the RNC was held.
It's the same thing. They're all horny and they all want to jerk off with men. It's crazy.
And Grindr crashed in the DC area. I was like, what? It's so funny. I am so confused.
It's crazy.
How'd that happen? Were they hacked?
In the words of the great
tonight.
In the words of the great Quinta Brunson, people be gay.
People be gay.
It's okay.
People be gay.
People be gay.
Be gay. Girl, it's okay. And I'm really looking at y'all SLC husbands. It's okay.
I know. So yeah, the party's going. Lisa gets there. This is her first time filming with the gaggle. And Lisa's
ask, where's Lisa? Again, they can't keep her name out their mouth.
They can't. And Lisa's new little henchwoman, Brittany, comes crawling up and is like, Lisa, you want to hear what happened at the camping? Lisa. It tells everything.
Was shook that now I will say I handed it to Bronwyn when Bronwyn went back to Angie and was like, so did you see that little troll? She told Lisa that you compared her to Jen Shah. And Angie said, and to be fair, I was on Angie's side. She knew it was a bad analogy as soon as she said it.
And she said, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
She should not have said it, and she admitted that. So saying it to Lisa with zero context is really not fair because they clocked it immediately and told her, we're not doing that. And she retracted it. So I felt bad for Angie in that moment because Lisa never gonna let that go. Oh, it's a wrap for you and Sean, honey. She coming for that whole family. She coming for your line, your head. Maybe that's why Angie got her tequila situation now. And hers is in production.
She can't have any Vita. She can't have Vita anymore.
Well, hers is in production. Vita is still unfindable.
Yeah, you're right.
But I'm happy to be sent another bottle. Lisa, I love you. Please send me one. It was delicious. I really hope it's okay.
So Brittany is the bone collector here, carrying everything. And so Lisa goes to confront Angie specifically about the Jen Shaw thing. And Bronwyn comes in and she's like, Lisa, what you're really mad at your core, you're trying to make a scene with Angie, but what you're really mad at is me. You're mad at me for bringing up the lawsuit, so let's just talk about it. And Lisa has rehearsed some reads, and in her, I can see her in her bathroom at home in the mirror getting ready, just like saying "gout, dick, sucker" over and over again, trying to be like, how can I land this savage read?
I didn't know you could get a gout in your dick. That
I don't think you can.
All the science that my black community has always known. And
well, let's see. I'm gonna do a Google.
Gout, and we have never heard of it. I know quite a few uncles with gout.
Okay, wait. So yes, it is possible to develop gout in the penis, although it is rare.
It too. It'll be
gout is a form of arthritis. Reunion. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow, interesting.
Yeah, but she didn't know that when she said it.
Also, you don't talk.
Like, he's a big man, and you suck his dick. And she's like, yes, I'm married to him, and that's why I still am.
Yeah, my net worth is double yours. Who cares?
Especially now.
Yeah. So Lisa doesn't have an argument, unfortunately, to stand on, because she's calling Bronwyn a pig. She's calling her classless. She's calling her all these things. Yeah. While in the same breath, she's calling her a gout dick sucker who needs to go to school.
Okay, why? She seems to have been doing quite well at the moment.
When Bronwyn says to Lisa, when she goes, you need to go to school, and she goes, you need to go to work. It's such a savage read. She's like, you actually need to go to work.
Girl, don't you know they're coming for you? They
go
want
make
their
some money. Like, you need to go work. Go work.
And if I were Lisa, and if she wasn't, I love Lisa, but if she was just a little bit more self-aware, a little bit more down to earth, she could actually not have to rehearse her reads and read her better. She could be like, what the fuck you think I'm doing here, bitch? You think I want to be with all of you? This is work. Being around you is work. That's what I want to say. I'm working.
I agree.
Moving
I agree.
on.
That is a perfect analysis of her. Like, she's
That's
not
what Mary
grounded.
reminds us every episode. I don't want to be here. I have to work.
Right.
The church is small and they're poor. I have to be here.
And Lisa really does. She can't just sit down within the confines of the show and speak her truth, because everything is right here. Everything is like right under the tear ducts. Like, she is on the brim of freaking out.
Everything is personal. And she has to think of some of these things as like psychological warfare. Honestly, this is business. She's just, as a popular girl and now being a rich girl and a mean girl in the Salt Lake City area, her money and power and connections has led her to be able to have these, frivolous friendships that are superficial and unfounded, that she has been friends with people like Bronwyn for so long, where there has not been any consequences for poor friendship behavior. And here, when you're a housewife, these kinds of girls, the mean girls, always realize, one, they're not the only one. They're in a room full of queen bees and, some queen bees and some worker bees, but ultimately they're in a room of their own kind. And two, you got to work a little bit harder to be noticed. Not to mention, you got to treat this like business. This is not personal. They are fighting a fight. You need to look at the big picture. I'm like, okay, so you never had a lawsuit? Oh, that's right. You never had a business. Your business is being a wife, right? Mm-hmm. Sucking gout dick. That's your business. So of course you don't have a lawsuit unless you unless you stop sucking dick.
Right. And Bronwyn, you know what? She's like, I like to suck dick. Like, is that a bad thing? I'm married and I suck my husband's dick.
Yes. Maybe you should suck yours and you'll pay your Amex bill. Again, I can write them. Call me.
Lisa. This is where Lisa for me loses her standings as like an all-time great in the Housewives pantheon, because she can't stand on business. You know, like she can't stand and read the girls. You know, like there are many housewives.
I need her and Giselle to sit down and have a boot camp. I actually think if she studied under the school of Giselle, if she and Giselle Bryant were friends, I'd have the time of my life. I hope they drive around in a Mini Cooper, drinking Dr. Pepper with lemon and extra ice. And she gives her a lesson on how not to cry and get read and read back. Listen for the notes. Take notes and then give it back. Don't take it all personal. Like she holds everything. Like all her cards, all her ammo is like in her hands when she shows up, and she's like, "Here are all the bombs that I'm going to land on you if you try to come at me again." And you're like, "Okay, I'm not going to show you all that I got, but thanks for showing me all that you got."
Wait,
and
something else we didn't talk about that happened at the beginning of the episode too is I thought what she said to Heather was one of the rudest things that has been said on this show. Was she said to Heather, her new friend who's trying to comfort her and be there for her, she says to her, "I am on such a different level than all of you guys. You will never understand the work I do." It's like,
she
bitch,
was like, "No,
what?
you're not.
No one would know you if you weren't on this show."
I mean, she also is like, Heather is also like, okay, also that might have been true before Queen of Sundance, but that's not true now. Now we all are kind of on neutral grounds. You're not just Lisa Barlow, the Sundance girl anymore. Now more people actually know you because you're on the same show as all of us. So to which I say, no, you're not. We all hang out with celebrities and pop stars.
I know. No, it really is crazy. Like, she doesn't get it. She doesn't. This is where I get so frustrated with her. You know, like because it's hard to root. I get the appeal for Lisa Barlow. I get why you love her. I get
so self-absorbed.
I know. I get she makes good TV
well until these moments.
Yeah, it's
where
just
she
hard.
Can't even come out of her own absorption to fight back correctly. I'm like, fight for yourself better. You're just crying and saying, "Stop talking about me, you slut." Lisa, no.
It's not a good read. It's not funny.
It's not.
Like, I need hee ha-has. We're in dark times.
Go get you some gays and have them dig up these bitches' lawsuits in their past.
Right.
Get in the paint, sis. I'm sorry. Join us. Like Bronwyn said on Watch What Happens Live that she wishes that Meredith Marks, because she has good reads, would like get in the mud with them a little bit more and not only use her lawyer language. And to which I said, you know what? I can get behind that and respect it. I feel that way for Meredith and Lisa, because at least Mary's thing is that she may not get in the paint with us, but she delivers a read. Okay. Mm-hmm. She delivers to make sure all of y'all don't want to get on her bad side, but she shows up and she gives us good TV, and she'll get in the paint and make you feel bad about yourself without lifting a damn finger. Lisa and Meredith, Lisa's always crying and Meredith is always so prim and proper. Get in the snow. Let's do it. Look up their lawsuits. Whitney was running an MLM and it failed. Let's go.
Let's
go.
What
are we doing? Lisa, Meredith, like Whitney even coming for you shouldn't even be a thing. Like, oh, you want to talk? How is anybody gonna make money over there being on your downline? Let's just do it. Let's go. Lisa wouldn't take the aim.
She couldn't last a minute in Potomac.
She would not last a minute. I'm gonna say on the East Coast. Period. She couldn't do old NYC. She could barely do new NYC. She couldn't do Jersey for damn sure. She couldn't do Miami. She couldn't do Potomac. She could not do Atlanta. So her best place really is in the snow in Utah. She couldn't even do Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Taylor would eat that ass up.
Taylor Frankie Paul would decimate her.
Layla would be sitting down with the man that sent the text messages and paid off the Amex bill.
You're absolutely right. She would. But yeah, that wraps up this episode. It was a good one. I thought it was great. You know, we got this Gout cocksucker moment in the that honestly she should have said cocksucker then instead of dick. It would have been funnier. Mm-hmm. Gout cocksucker has a better ring than Gout dick sucker.
GCS would change her name in my phone.
GCS. No, we're off to the races now. I'm really happy the ladies. Yeah.
Especially now that all 7 of us are in the same room. All the husbands are still kind of, blah.
Oh, we didn't talk. Wait, we didn't talk about the husbands. That bizarre 2-second scene where Seth Marks was like, "So, what's his name? Brittany's
Jared,
guy.
do you like her?
Yeah, do you like her? Do you love her?"
He was like, "Do you love
like,
her?" And he's
yeah.
are you in love with her? I love her. I'm in love with her. I am. And he's like, "Me or you? Who are we convincing?" I'm just like concerned because it's like when they asked Charles Oakley if he loved Angela Oakley, and he was like, "Don't ask me that."
But you know what though? I buy Charles loves that lady though. Like I buy that more than I buy Jared.
I mean, I don't buy either. How about that? I think men don't love women that they're married to all the time. And those women end up on Housewives.
The lily pad, they using it to jump the F out.
And they are happy to put their wives on it because it also means, Your Honor, she doesn't need my spousal support. She's employed gainfully.
Yeah, there you go. Well, guys, this was a wonderful chat. Monty, thank you so much for being here. This was so fun. It was so good to catch up.
Having me.
You make me laugh so much.
It's so good to dive in. I'm sorry. I'm a mess.
No, you're good. We're diving. We're mixing. We're doing all the things. I know. Tell everyone where they can listen to you, follow you, support you, all those things.
Yeah, anywhere you are listening to this podcast right now, please, after you, subscribe, review, rate, all of that. For Tom, head on over to The Mix with Monty, anywhere you get your podcast, and come and listen to me. And I am also on Instagram and Threads at Mixing with Monty, MixingWithMani.
Yeah, and then make sure to follow me at the Tom Hamlet. Support the podcast everywhere podcasts are found. And we will be back next week with the Salt Lake City recap. And I believe we're going to do a little YouTube live next week. Some more details on that soon. I want to chat about some trailers that just came out and just some other Bravo things.
Yes.
Monty, thank you for being here. Say bye to the listeners. Bye, y'all.
Bye.